Hello, you guys, and welcome back to the Abundance Lab. I hope everyone's having a great day, week, month, year, life. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about why worthiness is the real key to wealth. Have you ever wondered why no matter how many affirmations you say or how much you hustle, it still feels like money just won't stick? The truth is, it's not about your strategy. It's about your worthiness. At the end of the day, no matter what you do, if you do not feel worthy of wealth and abundance, you will not receive it. Your worthiness is the pit of all things wealth. You have to have that worthiness and to be able to acquire and hold on to that level of wealth that you are desiring. I remember when I first hit my first high cash month in my business, like 2 years ago now, which is actually crazy to say. I was stressed. I was scared, and I 100% thought, this is a fluke, this won't happen again, this won't last, because I was still struggling with that worthiness, which is why I hit a really high month and then had a low month, and then I hit a high month and had a low month, and that was a cycle that I was stuck in because I didn't feel worthy of consistent wealth. And if I was always hitting something high and then having a low one, that made my wealth even, and therefore I wasn't actually growing the wealth that I wanted because the worthiness was not there. And this is especially a problem that women of color face, and Black women. Black women are literally always told they're not worthy of jack shit. Society treats them like they're not worthy of jack shit. So that becomes ingrained and becomes the very root of most, if not all, of our struggles. So what even is worthiness? Worthiness is the deep belief that you deserve whatever it is you want in life: money, abundance, love, rest, joy. But there is a difference between feeling deserving and feeling worthy, because deserving implies that you've earned it, that you've done something to deserve it. Worthy is inherent. Worthy is you just are. You're worthy because you are. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to earn it. You're just worthy of it. Think about like at Disneyland. If you've ever been to Disneyland, I don't know if they have this in the Florida one, but in the California one, there's the sword and the stone that you can pull out. And in that story, if you are worthy of the sword, you'll be able to pull it out. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to work for it. You're either worthy or you're not. Receiving. If you don't feel worthy, you will block opportunities to receive. Holding. If you feel unworthy, you will create self-sabotage that will make it impossible for you to hold on to the wealth. And expanding. Without worthiness, success feels unsafe, so you will plateau. So if you do not have this worthiness, you may struggle to receive money, you may struggle to hold on to money, or you may struggle to expand your wealth. Maybe you literally struggle with all of those things. And sometimes it's like you have to up level. You make it to the level where you can receive, but then you might be struggling to hold. And then you fix that, you make it to the level to receive and hold, but you might be struggling to expand. And then to fix that, you reach the next level where you can receive, hold, and expand. This is why long-term support is super powerful and super important, because we're always leveling up. We're always needing to continue to expand. So when you have that accountability, you have that support, you have the ability to do long-term subconscious reprogramming, you guarantee your up level. And then there are the systemic and generational layers that go into this. The generational messages of scarcity and survival. If you grew up in a household that was taught that you need to survive, you need to be scarce so that you can continue on, and that money does not grow on trees, those are going to layer into your belief that you are not worthy of the wealth that you desire. cultural conditioning, being told you have to work twice as hard or that rest equals laziness. Those beliefs make you feel like you don't deserve wealth and abundance, and then you feel like you're not worthy of it because you don't deserve it, because you don't understand that there is that difference between worth and deserving. And racialized trauma. Money and success are often tied to guilt, fear, or invisibility when it comes to being a woman of color, especially in America. Women of color often aren't struggling because they don't know how to manifest. They're struggling because they've inherited centuries of unworthiness programming. Yes, centuries, multiple hundreds of years of programming are instilled in our DNA and in our brains. You know how to manifest, but if you haven't deconstructed those hundreds of years of programming, you won't manifest the wealth and abundance that you are desiring. Point blank, period. Worthiness isn't just mindset. It's subconscious wiring, and you can rewire that subconscious. That is exactly what I help my clients do. We can do that in a single session. We can do that in long-term coaching, and eventually I'm going to be bringing that into Rich Black Girl Academy and helping you rewire the most common limiting beliefs that are keeping you living an unrich life. And we're going to get you into the richest era you've ever known and anyone in your generational family has ever known. So here are some signs that you might be struggling with unworthiness right now and not even realize it. You feel guilty raising your prices if you are an entrepreneur. You celebrate a win, then instantly fear losing it. You procrastinate on opportunities because you don't feel ready. You overwork and burn out just to prove your value. Or you say affirmations, but deep down you feel like a fraud. What you need to do is reframe worthiness. And this is what it really looks like in wealth. Worthiness does not equal confidence. So many women think, I just need to feel more confident to raise my prices or ask for more. But confidence is external performance. Worthiness is internal. It's knowing you deserve before you even have to act. Feeling worthy and feeling confident don't have to exist at the same time. I know this because I am the most confident person I know. I literally had someone tell me in high school, a close friend of mine said, not even to my face, they said it to my best friend, which is how you know it was a genuine thing that they really felt and believed, that I'm the most confident person they've ever met. But I still struggle with unworthiness because I'm a black woman and I have hundreds of years of programming for unworthiness instilled inside of me. So you can be extremely confident and still not actually feel worthy of the things that you deeply crave in life, whether that's wealth, abundance, success, love, joy, rest, peace, maybe all of the above. Worthiness is neutral. It isn't about always feeling hyped up about yourself. It's about having that neutrality. Again, no matter what you do, you are worthy. You are inherently worthy just because you exist. So getting paid, signing a new client, or receiving abundance won't feel like a fluke or a miracle. It'll feel natural when you've actually obtained and successfully feel worthy. Worthiness redefines success. Without worthiness, success feels like chasing. With worthiness, success feels like alignment. You don't have to overwork, overgive, or overcompensate. If you feel like you always need to do more, that you're always lacking, that no matter what, it still feels like you're not doing enough, that means you don't feel worthy of the success that you desire. Because if you felt worthy of it, you wouldn't feel like you need to do more to have it. You would feel like it's already mine. It's already aligned because I am me. I was born and now I am worthy of everything that I desire simply because I was born. The nervous system connection. Worthiness shows up in your body. If you feel unsafe holding money or success, you will subconsciously push it away. Sudden anxiety after a promotion, overspending after receiving a large payment. Those are examples of your body rejecting abundance because it doesn't feel worthy of it. If you receive a bunch of money and you don't feel like you earned it or worked enough or hard enough to have it, that means you don't feel worthy of it, and you will subconsciously self-sabotage so that that money and that wealth does not last. And the ripple effect. When women of color reclaim worthiness, it's not just personal, it's generational. Every time you embody worthiness, you shift what's possible for your family, for your lineage, and for your community. And that is so powerful. So don't just do it for yourself. Do it for the past versions of you. Do it for all of the women in the generations that came before you, for all of your ancestors. They want this for you. They want it as badly, if not more badly, than you want it for yourself. You are literally a cycle breaker. So congratulations. Welcome to the club. You're literally changing your DNA. You're changing the DNA that you're going to pass down to future lines. And you are changing the people around you, the Black women around you that see you being successful. The Black women listening to this podcast right now or watching it that see me being successful. I don't do this just for myself. I do this because I'm so overwhelmingly passionate about the fact that not only do I know and believe Black women are superior to everything on earth, but that we deserve to feel that way, and we deserve to be treated that way. We deserve to be compensated that way by the universe, by our jobs, by our clients, etc. And so I do this. I could just go off and have a private offline life and be successful and have money, but that wouldn't satisfy me. It wouldn't satisfy me to have all those things and know that other women of color don't, and that I know how to get there, and I'm not sharing it. That's just who I am. That's my passion. I'm very passionate about helping other people. I don't get to the top and pull the ladder up like most people do. The influencers you see online, the YouTubers and the TikTokers that are all making money, and the content creators, they're pulling the ladder up. They found their success, but they don't really care about helping you find yours. I'm not that person. I make it to the top and I extend the ladder 100 feet longer than it was when I got there, because I think it's not fun at the top when you're alone. I want to party at the top with all of my Black girlies, all of us feeling worthy, all of us being successful, all of us rich as fuck in every area of life. So make sure that you follow this podcast. You follow me on Instagram at Elevate with Lauren. You subscribe to my YouTube at Elevate with Lauren. You follow me on TikTok at Rich Black Girl Academy. Follow Rich Black Girl Academy on Instagram so you can be the first to know when it launches. And let's all band together. Let's change the world and break the cycles together. Worthiness is the root of abundance, especially for women of color navigating generational trauma. Wealth isn't about proving yourself. It's about aligning with who you already are. The version of you that entered this world was worthy of everything that she desired. And that version of you still exists in you today. There's generational programming, societal programming, racism, systemic issues that have depleted that feeling of worth, but that feeling and that knowing still exists inside of you. And you can rewire your subconscious mind to make that belief your new autopilot. That is what I do with my clients. So if you're ready to start rewiring, I have so many options and tiers for you. You can start for free today with my 3-day abundance reset course. You can start for only $44, which I will remind you is less than 2 cocktails on a night out, and do Rewire for Rich, where you will get my subconscious reprogramming method. There's an audio in there for you to use a hypnosis, a morning meditation. This course will literally rewire you for rich. We can do a single subconscious reprogramming session together. This is where you and me will meet one-on-one, and I will reprogram your subconscious with you and teach you how to build a new neural pathway so that you create a new autopilot for yourself. Or we can work long-term one-on-one together for 3 to 6 months and beyond. I have clients that I've worked with for over a year now, and the shifts that she and they have gone through, I've had multiple long-term clients. My longest term one, we have been working for over a year and a half together. We've done 3 6-month contracts together. And right now she's in the midst of manifesting her dream house. It's very exciting. She has come such a long way in her worthiness. We have reprogrammed her worthiness. I reprogrammed my own worthiness on an updated basis. This works. This is backed by science, by neuroscience. I use proven methods. All you have to be is ready for the shift. And if you are, let's connect. Grab my free course, grab my only $44 course, or message me to talk about doing a one-on-one session or long-term coaching, because this works. Your abundant life, your rich life is already within reach. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you know anyone that could benefit from listening, please share with them. If you loved it, post it on your Instagram stories and tag me. Don't forget to follow me on all platforms. All of the courses that I mentioned will be linked below in the show notes. Thank you so much for watching and or listening, and I will catch you guys all in the next one. Bye.